Namaste, soul family, sky goddess. I was just lying down and thinking about the energies to come in for 2022, which is a very synchronistic year. The year of the soulmates, connecting, in whatever shape, way, or form with, our soul tribe. Those are people, who vibrate at similar frequencies as we do. A lot of planning, execution of those plans, seeing them to fulfillment or to completion, as well as a lot of ghosting, jobs, contracts, situations, relationships that, no longer serves our highest good, certain routines that were rather very tedious, stressful, not profitable, walking away from a lot of those. Also, the caution to be careful of taking on more than you can chew or more than you can handle, okay, because this is going to lead to a lot of incomplete jobs or, obligations, a lot of, promises, unfulfilled promises, because, some people are going to be pulling on a certain aspect of the frequencies that are going to be dominating next year. Some people are going to pull on the negative aspects and negative, nature of those traits, so you got to be careful, to not fall in that group. See what you mean what you say, okay, kind of frequency. I was just receiving these downloads and I just really wanted to relay them to the collective, we're almost at the end of this year, so you can start, discussing the frequencies to come in for next year, okay? A lot of manifestations, coming to fruition, a lot of, dreams, goals, and aspirations coming to fruition, like, especially those from a very spiritual, basis. Let me just say that. A lot of things that have been, plans that have been, that were being executed, over the years, or, a Saturn, transit, months and stuff like that. Those plans finally, bringing forth fruit, like those, especially those who've done well, doing Saturn's retrograde, who really learned their lessons, who really, learned, what that retrograde was teaching them, what the retrograde was about, so we got fruits, we got harvest coming in regards to that transit, as well as other cycles, people, reaping their karmas, reaping what they sowed, a lot of, gossiping and, buzzing in the media. people really thinking over what it is they really believe in. People speaking, their truth. So, like I said, a lot of buzzing, buzz in the media. A lot of, discussions about humanitarianism, models, also plastic surgery, also attacks, planned attacks and stuff like that. But a lot of plots are gonna, become unraveled or, exposed during next year. These could be plots that are gonna take place next year, or, things that have been, scheming, things that have been, taking place, for, over a Saturn cycle, like 7 years, or this could be like a few years now or months now. But a lot of those, tendencies as well, or routine things that have been taking place, certain rotten plans or plots, they're gonna be exposed. Like this could be a murder plot, or plans to murder somebody, or somebody who was murdered several years ago, 3 months ago. The truth is going to be exposed about that murder, like next year. A lot of that's gonna come out in the open. Did I mention a lot of ghosting people, situations no longer serves our highest good? A lot of people will also be going to prison, because like I said, a lot of things that have been brewing beneath the surface that has been taking place like for some time now. This could also be plots to murder somebody, or plots to commit massacre, or this could be genocide. This could also be these could be past things that are going to resurface next year. People were murdered. It's going to be discovered it was a plot, it was a plan. Yeah. And also a very perfect year. I'm getting that. More people are gonna, become, subconsciously conscious that, they are spiritual beings having human experiences. Of course, we know that, wherever you've got, the movement of energies, and there's like this buzz, like I mentioned earlier, you're gonna find, some people, they're gonna try to take on certain images because it's a trend for them. Even what you supposedly believe, to some people, even their belief systems are trends. And so you're gonna have a large people moving towards this, the spirituality way of life. I don't want to call it a movement. It's not a movement. Well, movement in the sense of it's a flow of energies, but it's not a trend. That's what I mean. It's not a trend. It's you feeding your soul, you moving like I said, in that sense, it is a movement, because it's energy transmuting, okay? And that's a movement. So it's like, you know, you really moving from one state of consciousness to a higher state of consciousness, and now you're opening up to the truth. So it's not, you know, you jumping into this energy, you know, because that's the energy that's taking center stage, or that's the energy that's got the spotlight. Those are trends. That's spirituality is not, okay? It's not. And but we got, you know, a lot of people, you know, moving towards spirituality, you know. For some, this is, you know, actual transcendence. It's actually, you know, vibrating higher. It's illumination. But for some people, it's just another ego that they take on to deceive people. And we gotta be careful of such people. Not much talking, but like buzzing, you know, like I said, like, you know, things coming to light, you know, not really like gossip, but, you know, things being exposed. Large groups of people going to prison. So most people going to prison next year is like, you know, a group of people, because it's going to be found out they were, you know, a part of a murder, or they, you know, they were a part of a murder plot, okay? Whether, you know, the murder was executed, yes or no. So most people going to prison, they're going to be in groups, like a, you know, company of workers, or, you know, a family, you know, a group of people in a family, or, you know, somebody's relatives, you know, somebody's family members, you know, like, you know, or a group of colleagues, a group of co-workers, you know, they were stealing from work, a group of them, you know, being rounded up and off to prison. So, you know, it's mostly like groups. A group of people found violating the COVID-19, the C-19. My apologies. I'm trying not to, you know, use, you know, that word in the video, you know, in my videos. But I'm not, you know, my videos aren't to discourage anybody. But, you know, like a group of people, you know, ignoring C-19, you know, restrictions and so on and so forth, you know, being rounded up off to prison. So a lot of groups of people going to prison, you know, but it's all, you know, violations of some law, of course, you know, attempted murder, theft, fraud, scamming. Yeah, so it's just gonna be like major busts next year. I see, you know, spiritualists being, you know, highlighted. Yeah, a lot of karma next year. A lot of discussions on humanitarianism and needing help and support. A lot of people are going to be in need of help and support next year. A lot of people online are going to be, you know, a lot of people are going to be using online platforms to, you know, seek help and support. And this doesn't necessarily got to be financial help or support, but this could also be emotional help, support, you know, spiritual help, support. yeah, help where the law is concerned, and getting justice. So I'm gonna just leave it there. If I get anything else, I'll dispense the the knowledge. Namaste.